I'm David Hamburger here with One Thing About Fingerstyle Blues, and today's one thing is resolving the flat third. Now if you want to get your hands on the tab of the example I just played, you can go to the link below or the link on screen to download a PDF that has all the examples from this series. So in the key of A, the flat third is C natural, and we can resolve it up to the major third, or we can resolve it down from flat 2 to the second and then on to the root. And both of them work. And in this example, I'm playing in the alternating thumb style using a 5-4-6-4 bass. So my thumb is going. So the 5th string, 4th string, 6th string, 4th string on beats 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I'm basically holding down this A7 shape, but sort of shimmying it around to get that flat third to third. But not really worrying about holding down like a whole A chord or a whole A7 chord the whole time. So at the beginning, in the first measure, we're going up from the flat third to the third, and then up through some other notes. So here we've got flat 3 to 3, then over to the 5th and the 6th and the flat 7 and back down. So all that stuff, those are basically chord tones and scale tones that work over A. The 3rd and the 5th and the flat 7 spell out the A7, and then we've got the flat 3rd going up to the 3rd, and we've got the 6th connecting up the 5th and the 6th, the 5th and the 7th, so a scale tone basically. And then, in the second measure, we've got this shorter phrase where we're going from the 5th to the flat 3rd, pulling off to the 2nd and to the root. So that's that resolution, resolving down from flat 3 to 2 to root. So it's always a good idea to look at first, what's the bass doing? And then look at what the licks are. And taking note of the fact that it's a straight eighths feel, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, as opposed to more of a swing feel. And then just look at how to combine that melody with that bass, right? So you've got the bass, you've got the melody. Those are really two horizontal strands. And then the right hand is really about figuring out, well, what do I got to do to make those two things happen at the same time? So if we start to break it down, we're playing on the and of 4 and sliding in on the downbeat. And that alone is kind of a typical fingerstyle kind of articulation where you pick, but then on the downbeat, you're doing something, a slide, a hammer-on, a pull-off that coordinates with the thumb. And that's worth isolating and breaking down on its own, just so that you can get the sound of that slide, that second note. Make sure you can do it, and that the key here is to keep your finger, in this case the ring finger, pressed into the fingerboard while you slide over the fret. So you want to always feel like you're touching the wood of the fingerboard the whole time. Otherwise, if you relax your grip at all as you pass the fret, then the fact that you're not quite holding the string down means that the touch of your finger will stop the vibration of the string. So you want to make sure that slide is solid and then coordinate it with the thumb, and then you can get into the rest of the lick. And every note is going to be either played with the thumb or in between. So either on a downbeat, a strong beat like 1, 2, 3, or 4, or on an and. So here we're on the downbeat and then over to the and of 1. And then when the thumb comes in on the 4th string, you're going to pinch 4th string and 2nd string, and then on the and, go back to the open string. Next downbeat, we got the low string and the high string. And then here's another one of those articulations where on beat 4, we're going to play the 4th string with the thumb, but pull off at the same time with the pinky. So we've got 3 and 4 and. So that's another one where you might look at that pull off and see if first you can just make the sound with the pinky doing the pull off, making sure that you press into the string and pull off to the side as opposed to lifting off, which doesn't really do much. You're basically plucking the string with a sideways motion of your pinky. So you want to make sure that can be done. You want to make sure that you can do it while you're holding down the other finger you need in the chord. And then finally coordinate it with your thumb. And make sure you can do that sound, both of those at once. And then you can fold it in. And then in the next measure, again, we've got a pull off. On beat 1, we've got a pinch over to the index finger on the second string, this index finger, and over here I'm picking with my middle finger. So, and then synchronizing that pull off with the beat 2 bass on the 4th string. Playing 3rd string on the and of 2, and then 2 more bass notes alone. So. So that's the idea, and that's one way to incorporate that idea of resolving up from flat 3 to 3 or down from flat 3 to the 2nd and then on to the root. So again, if you want to download the tab, go to the link below or the link on screen, get the PDF, and I'll see you next time.